to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you all are having a great day. And if this is your first time visiting, welcome. I am your girl, Coco Chanel. And like I like to say, everybody here is always welcome. You guys, like I said, I heard your request, and I do have your request for, I think it was my take on marriage. Well, I've been with my husband, it'll be 10 years, and I want to say, y'all, it's a challenge. Um, Anything worth having is not easy. Shout out to my one of my best friends that made me this shirt. This is a picture on the me on of me on the side, and it says that the same audience they tore you down in front of is the same audience this God is going to bless you in front of. So shout out to my friend, one of my very best friends. Her name is Kiwi on Instagram. I'll make sure that I write the right description in the description box for her. She makes a lot of different type of shirts, whatever color you want. She can get the shirt for you, or you get it yourself and you take it to her. She's very affordable. She makes the cups and plates and hats and things like that. So shout out to you, Miss Kiwi. I think on Instagram it's Kiwi Portraits, but I'll put it in the description box below to make sure. She'll ship it wherever you need it, however many you need. You let her know in advance and she'll take care of you. Um, but my take on marriage. No, I'm not a marriage expert. I'll say that. But I feel like I've been through enough where I'll be able to, I can say whether, what I need to do and what I didn't need to do. I will say this. In the beginning of our relationship, you think you know everything there is to know about a relationship, about keeping it together, what you need to do, and everything like that, and you really don't. You really don't. Um, I had got to the place where I was in the house all the time. I ran his bath water, made sure his clothes was out, made sure dinner was cooked. I always made sure the house was clean. Anytime I made any extra money doing hair or anything like that, I would split everything with, at the time, he was my boyfriend. I would split everything with him just to make sure we both didn't go without. You know what I mean? And if you mess over what I've already given you, then you just on your own. You got to find it for yourself. But as time progressed, I started getting, acquainted with more and more people. And I was gone all the time. Either they were over my house all the time and I'm fixing something to eat for them, or we're just chilling and talking, or whatever the case may be, or I'm gone all the time. I'm with them and I'm doing whatever we want to do, whether it's sitting over their house or going out for drinks or whatever the case may be. And that was all in my early 20s. And I started to neglect home a lot. A lot of stuff had started to happen at home that was not happening, and which was a good thing because it just let me know a relationship. Well, I already knew their relationships wasn't perfect, but the lack of you know nurturing your relationship, of course it can't last. So I said anything that I did back in the day when I was younger, I wanted to do something totally different because I wanted something meaningful. I wanted something that was going to last. I didn't want to just have a sex partner. I just didn't want someone to just come over whenever it was convenient for them. I wanted to actually have a life with someone I can call on when I'm down and need, someone I can call when I'm happy, date nights, anything, that's what I was looking for. So, in order for me to have that type of marriage, I had to change something about me. Now, in order to have something, you are going to have to change a lot about you. So, I would say in my late 20s, early 30s, um, that's when I decided, a lot had started going on, and this was the person that was there through it all. Now, we both, been through a lot. and things like that. And we both haven't been perfect, but we both wanted to make our relationship work. So anything that went on, like I said, I had to change it, because if you want something new, you have to do new things for different results. So to nurture my home, I would make sure that I would go to work. My money went into the household. I didn't worry about always going out with somebody. You know, I saved money by doing my own hair. One of the things I really like to do was go get my nails done and things like that. And I think I stopped that for a while. It was making my nails like really, really, really brittle, but whatever. Anything that I thought that he looked at, or I saw that he looked at and he liked it, you know, I try to keep that up, because I want you to be able to come home to something that you're happy to come home to. So once he proposed and things like that, I said, well, he wants to be here, so it's time for me to give him my all. Now, like I said, everything wasn't perfect, but we made do. And so once we got married, I started back. Well, I was always keep, you know, cooking and cleaning and things like that. But what I said all that to say this: whatever you put into your marriage, that's what you're gonna get out. If you're not putting any time into your marriage, if you're not putting any dedication to your marriage, any love, any sympathy, or any of that into your marriage, you're not gonna get any of that out. You know what I mean? You have to nurture what you have. Yeah, it's all cool to be able to say, I'm finna go live my best life and be out with my friends and stuff like that. But you have to nurture what's at home. Um, you have to, how's your day? I always ask my husband, he'll tell you every single day, how was work? You know what I mean? Even if I don't know the people that he's talking about, I still listen. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my husband, you know what I mean, and he that's what he want to talk about, you know what I mean, and that little how was your day will open up a whole world of, everything else that's supposed to go on, for that conversation. Now, growing with someone, um I would say this: I definitely would not have a relationship with someone that I can't grow with. If every time I turn around, both of us are failing together, it seems like I do way better by myself than I can do with you, there is absolutely no need for us to be together. Because love is just not the only thing that's going to make a relationship work. Can I trust you? Can I depend on you? If my back's against the wall, can I trust you to have my front? You know what I mean? If I don't have money on something, all the money on something, can I trust you to come in? Can I trust you, when I'm down and out and need a ride, do you have me too? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be the only one feeling like that you're giving everything and nobody's giving anything to you in return. So, if every time I turn around, every year or every month, we're losing something, or something is getting cut off, or, one of the worst things, I think, I mean, you have to do what you desperate time calls for desperate measures, but pawning things and stuff like that, especially if they're mine, I just I can't see us making it, if that's what you want to do. If when your spouse gets their check and the first thing what they want to go do is jump in a new fit, or buy the latest Jordans, or I'm finna go hang out with my people and we got delinquent bills, or a bill that's about to be due, and I know that you're not gonna get paid around that time, and instead of you go ahead and putting that money to the side and putting your portion on it now, whatever the case may be, you decide to go and enjoy yourself with your friends, I don't have no respect for you. You know what I mean? I don't have respect for anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We all like to look good. We all like to, be a certain way. But I feel better and I look better when my business is taken care of. So, if I can't grow with you, if I can't depend on you, then there's absolutely no need for me to be with you, to say you're my husband or you're my wife or whatever the case may be. So if we can't lock down a future together and learn together, then what's the point of us being together? You know what I mean? Oh, what drew me to my husband? Um, the fact that he was caring. He was a mama's boy, and I felt like, if he was gonna take care of his, mom and things like that, I knew that he was gonna nurture, my heart as well. He's a protector. He's a great provider. He's a great comforter. You know what I mean? Anything I could be going through, he's an excellent comforter. He loves me for me. I don't have to be a certain way. He can come in now, and of course I wear glasses and stuff like that, and he can see all this hair and makeup and earrings, and he's like, okay, but the minute I go wash my face and throw my hair out or just pull my hair back in a ponytail, that's what really draws him into a relationship. He likes the natural. I don't have to be superficial. If I don't want to do anything, he's okay with it. He's okay with, sometimes we can go out to eat and share a moment together, and then other times we can just order something to eat and we come home and just do a nice little date night. I think it's very important to always have a date night. Very important to always have a date night, because no matter how long you've been with your spouse, there's still things that you need to learn about your spouse. They still go through things. You're not the only one that's going through something. Your spouse is going through something too. So I think we have to be mindful about that. Um, he was just the perfect guy for me. We were two imperfect people that were hurt and that came together to try to secure a life together. And I appreciate the fact that he was willing to work with me. He was willing to grow with me. I didn't have to be perfect with him. He didn't have to be perfect with me. We could have a little argument and we bounce right back like it never happened. We never failed to tell each other we're sorry. You know what I mean? He actually cared. Now, he wasn't perfect. I wasn't perfect, but we saw where we were hurting each other, and we saw where we wasn't making each other better, and we chose to change all of that to be where we are now. What makes a man? I kind of feel like I answered it in the last one. What makes a man? He has to be a great nurturer. He has to be a great provider. He has to believe in God. You never take God out of relationships, because you will never be happy. Nothing will never seem to connect. Everything will seem like it's just falling by the wayside. Nothing will seem right. Nothing would seem right. You know what I mean? So he has to be head of household. In order for me to treat you as such, you have to be that way. He has to be clean. He has to care about what he looks like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go somewhere and you just throw on a big old t-shirt and some big shorts that don't fit, and you say, okay. He has to care about what his woman looks like. You can't go buy yourself an outfit and just let me come out looking a mess. Of course, I wouldn't do that, but you can't just be selfish and think about you. um I think a man has to understand that a woman is not always led by money and gifts and things like that. Like, it's our heart, it's the love. It's not always sex, it's compassion, it's showing some attention. If we're in the kitchen cooking, sometimes come in there and sit down and have your beer or whatever you do, and just watch us cook and talk, and you know what I'm saying. We can never get to know each other too much, because we change. No, it's growth. That's the reason for the word growth. We have to grow. We have to want to do better. So, to sit down and just talk to each other about stuff like that. My husband is my best friend. I can talk to him about things that I don't have to worry about anymore. Um, he's actually he actually nurtures my heart, and I feel like he have the level of respect for me that I was looking for. So I can't complain. My take on children. I want to be a mom one day. I don't think I want more than two children because it was seven of us outside of my oldest sister my mom had before all of us. But it was seven of us. So I'm not trying to have a tribe of my own. But my husband wants children, and he also said that he wants a boy and a girl. If I'm blessed with one, I'm good with that. I've always wanted to be a mom. I feel like I have a nurturing spirit, and I have all that love to pour into a child. So I'm pretty ready to be a mom. I would want to be one before I'm 40. I would want to go ahead and have my child before I'm 40. But whatever the Lord allows, He sees my situation. He sees, the future. So He knows if it's going to be conducive to me or if it's going to be a hindrance to me. And so yeah, of course, I think my husband will be a great father. I just see how he is with our dogs and stuff like that. And I know a dog is not, a human child, but if you can take care of a pet and you love a pet and cherish a pet, you could probably do the same thing to a child. Do I like a sensitive man? Um, I can't say that I do. Like, it has to be to a certain point, to a certain extent. You can't be everything. You lose your cool. Um, everything you can't think properly or function properly or something like that. I don't feel like a man should wear his emotion on his sleeve. Now, do I think a man should have emotions? Absolutely. You can't. You're not a robot. You know what I'm saying? For you to have emotions towards nothing, that means you care about nothing. So, however anything turns out, that's just what it is to you. But I don't think a man should wear his emotions on his sleeve. He should be able to rule with the iron fist, but be compassionate at the same time. I know that sounds like a lot, but women have to wear a lot of different hats. So if we have to wear a lot of different hats, I'm gonna need you to put on some of them same hats too. Um, as well as if we had a child, I want to see my son or my daughter or whatever having a good time with their parents, because if it don't start at home and we don't have a good time with them at home, then we can't expect them to make it out there in the streets, and we can't fuss on how technically the street raises them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not doing anything at home. So I would love a active father in the home. So that's some of the things that are very important to me, and we have to keep God in the home. Now, I don't know anybody else's take, but I'm not saying every Sunday you need to be at church, but I would love for the two to be there together. I do feel like we should continue to pray together, read together, because like as I said before, just because everybody sit up in the church house, the church home is for all of the believers to come together and worship together. So it's not necessarily say you're gonna run the church and be saved all the time. So if you're not in church, I still feel that we need to pray together, we need to read together, we need to continue to go from room to room and cleanse our home, different things like that. So I don't feel I feel like that God should always be, part of your relationship. I know a lot of people say whether he believe in God or not, I'm still going, and that's the case. But you will want, both you and your partner on one accord, because if it's not on one accord, it won't work. And I'd rather not just be okay. I don't been with him a long time. I know how he is, and just be okay with that. I'd rather for us to be right. So that's how I feel about that. All right, you guys, that is my take on marriage. I hope you all got a little snippet of, what I think, and what you all think is most important, and then kind of compare some of the two. I'm looking forward to looking down at the comment section and see what everybody has with their take on marriage. Like I said, I'm no marriage professional. I learn by the day. Um, More and more I want to become a better woman, a better child of God, which will entail help me to be a better wife. I'm goofy. I'm very goofy. When it's time to be serious, I can be serious, professional at any point. But I'm very goofy, and I found that is one of the things that kind of keep my marriage going. That's just me. He's my best friend. I can joke with him. We can cut on music and dance around the house and stuff like that. Movie nights is very important to continue to have date nights. Sometimes we don't even go out. We just lay in the room with each other and we just talk about different things that we done been through and different things we may have experienced on the job and stuff like that. We just never forget to try to laugh with each other. Like I said, we're still gonna bump heads like normal, but I feel like us working on us and watching a lot of stuff around us has trained us to kind of, work well together. Well, like I said, we are two imperfect people came together because we love each other and want to make things work in spite of what anybody, you know what I'm saying, says about your marriage. You know what your marriage is. A lot of people are from the outside looking in and have no clue what it is when you close those doors. And I'm thankful that I don't have to put up a face with him. You know what I mean? We're not perfect. We argue, we get mad, but we love each other. And that is one of the most beautiful things that I could ever ask that man for, was his heart. And he took mine. And so he's one of those guys, if it didn't work, Lord forbid it didn't work, but if it didn't work, he would still be one of those people that would still be my friend because he's still my best friend in the end. He protects my heart. Anytime I'm feeling insecure, he's right there, babe. I got you. You're this, you're that. You're wonderful. I'm behind you 100%, whatever you get ready to do. So that's just my take on marriage. I hope you all are having a fabulous day. I love you guys. Thank you for coming to sit with me. I'm sorry again that I wasn't here this weekend, but I just wanted to make sure that my life outside of a camera was secure. So I love you, love you, love you guys. Thank you for rocking with me and supporting me. And I'm going to continue to do the same for you all. Like I said, let's try to get the subscriber count up to 100 for this week. And I will make sure that I send people you all's way as well. I try to give a constant shout out so everyone to know the good people that I rock with, you guys. So please share me with everybody that you can. Show me, give me some different tips on what you would want to see on my channel, and things like that. And I love you guys. Remember to like, comment, and share. Share with everyone that you can, even your haters. Most importantly, your haters, because nobody watches us harder than our haters. I love you guys.